This is Paul with GraymanTactical.com. Today we're going to talk about choosing the right size rigid MOLLE panel for your backpack. So right here, I've got a backpack laid out. We're going to open it up. Let's get it flipped inside out. So we can see the seams easier and get a good measurement. All right, so let's start with the width. All of Grayman Tactical's rigid MOLLE panels are named with the width by the height. So we're measuring about 10.5 at the bottom and 8 inch at the top. Total height, 17 inches. Let's review the Grayman Tactical website and find an appropriate size rigid MOLLE panel. So what we came back with from looking on GraymanTactical.com is there's an option that tapers at the top. It's 8.875 by 17 tall. And what we're going to do to measure it at home and just get a practical feel for that size is let's go ahead and cut it out from cardboard. So I'm just making a rough mock-up using cardboard here. That'll give us a feel for how this will sit in the backpack. All right, so now we have the rough layout of the panel. As you can see, the corners do poke out a little bit, and that will be addressed because the actual panel does have a taper to it. So looking on the website, we see that we have right about a 6.7 inch dimension at the top. It comes down at about 7 inches here. About 7 inches there. So now we can see that that fits pretty nice. It is a little bit tall, but let's get a feel for it when the bag's flipped inside, the right side in. All right, fits nicely there. So that actually fits nice and snug. It helps retain the panel. And there's other methods on securing it inside using whatever you have inside the backpack. But just for practical fitment purposes, this proves that this panel does fit well in that bag. So as you can see, we've got the real thing. Slides in nicely and fits just as we expected it to. So our first example on the backpack fitment for a rigid MOLLE panel was a tapered design. So I just want to show on a rectangular design, which most of our rigid MOLLE panels are, how that fits. All right, so let's take a look at a second backpack here. Again, let's get it flipped inside out. And we're going to measure the width first. So I'm showing a little over 12 inches at the bottom and 11 inches at the top. We've got 19.75 inches on the height. All right, so let's take a look at GraymanTactical.com and see what we can find in that range. All right, so we looked on GraymanTactical.com. We came back with a best fit of 10.75 inch wide, 19 inch tall. So let's just get a rough mock-up here on cardboard so we can get a feel for that size in our pack. All right, so we've got our rough template. Let's see how it fits in the pack. So at first glance, that looks like a good fit. We can cut the corners if we want to truly simulate, but let's just get an idea if that, even as a rectangle, if that would fit well. So it appears to be a good fit in this bag, and remember, we will have the cut corners on each side to help with the fit as well. So let's get a real panel in here and see how that stacks up. All right, so here is the 10.75 by 19 rigid MOLLE panel. And let's see how our cardboard template did for giving us a pretty close mock-up. All right, let's slide the real thing in there. All right, and as you can see, with the 45-degree angles cut, we have a nice fit at the top edge and plenty of room on the bottom edge as well. So this is a good fit for this bag. So in conclusion, when you're measuring your backpack for RMP fitment, you measure your width, you measure your height, you choose the same size or lesser size rigid MOLLE panel on graymantactical.com. And if you need to, you can cut a cardboard template that helps you get an idea how that would fit in your bag. Of course, we're always here to help, and we look forward to doing business with you and helping you conquer your gear.